And after 10 successful weeks, the Township Rugby Youth Tournament is finally being concluded. There are some success stories to be told, but also the stories of how you get these kids from their townships into a space like this where they could be exposed to get further opportunities. Joining me now is Neville Jardine, who is the Golden Lions Rugby Union president, who will speak about the overall picture of how important it is to have these kids getting involved. Neville, thank you so much for your time. Let's speak about the initiative. I understand from Andy it's been 10 successful weeks. On your part as the president of the Golden Lions Rugby Union, how important is it to get these kids from their various different backgrounds involved in the sport of rugby?
Yeah, so it's extremely important for the union, but more importantly, it's more important for Township Rugby. You know, the children that you've seen here today, they've all been marginalized. They don't actually play sport. They don't have real sport at their schools. There's not enough teachers and those kind of things. So what we wanted to do is to unearth the talent in our townships. You know, to give the children an opportunity from crime-infested areas, to give the children an opportunity just to be on the same par as other children. You know, many of them, you'll see here, there's not many parents around here. We are actually their parents for the day, and we're taking care of them. We've got to bring them safely to the stadium. We've got to feed them and get them back home safely. But not only that, they're getting an opportunity to mix with 12 communities, you know, from as far as Orange Farm, Ennerdale, Westbury communities, you know, Eden Park, all of these different communities. There's 3 clubs in Soweto that actually plays in this tournament, and we get them all integrated, playing from girls under 11 to boys under 17, so all the way up. And what we're doing is we're trying to build sustainable community structures that can, you know, in a few years' time, they will be the pride and joy of those communities where their businesses, the community can all rally behind them. Similarly to the way we have like Chiefs and Pirates and those. You know what I mean? Imagine a team from Orange Farm or a team from Qoshe playing, and the whole community and all the sports fraternity supports them. That's the vision of this whole thing. Yeah.
And President, just talk to us about the enthusiasm levels of these young boys and girls, you know, coming out all of these 10 weeks. Being, you know, looking forward to being a part of this initiative. What have you got in terms of the enthusiasm levels and the ability to come back and be a part of this again?
Yeah, look, their enthusiasm is actually amazing. You know, we've had 10 weeks, and you remember it covered July as well. One morning we came here, there was sleet on the grass. Many people, I mean, who have bird baths, it was frozen. The children pitched. They leave home at 6 in the morning to meet the bus at 7 o'clock. Now, for any parent, even that is a burden for them to get up on a Saturday morning. More than 1,000 children, 1,000 of them are here every weekend to come and play rugby. That particular weekend, we were about to cancel the tournament, and I said, no, guys, we're not doing that. I know these children will come here. Because we forget at times that these children, many of them come from very informal settlements. And you know what, the cold we experience is not the cold they experience. And they're here to enjoy a day out, a bus ride into Johannesburg to Westdean, and they're playing and enjoying themselves. And we also selecting what we call all-star try teams, and it's the equivalent of them being selected for a Springbok team. And from girls under 11, like I said, to the under 17s, and we now second year. But it's actually only our 5th or 6th month of the tournament, really. So in those 2 years, in those 6 months, we have achieved so much. We've had more than 20,000 playing opportunities for these children. We've had to buy kit for all of them. And you can see around here, they all wear their colors with pride and joy, and they represent their players, their communities, and their families in a great fashion, in a very sporty environment, and which is just amazing. Yeah.
And as we see our women's Springboks going into a World Cup, they're sent off not too long from now. How important is it to make sure that the pipeline to those ranks in the women's rugby is strong? And also that encouraging these young girls that are coming through this program to see that there's a goal and they can actually become women's Springboks one day themselves.
Yeah, I think, you know, with this program, we're actually ahead of the curve, I think. And I'm saying it, I'm being a bit boastful now. But we've had more than 600 young children, girl athletes playing here. Girls from under 11 playing here. We've selected teams already. And you know the pipeline is going to be filled very soon. So what we want to do is we want to fill the pipeline of Golden Lions Rugby And whether they make it here or not, they'll make it in other provinces. But they're going to be playing rugby. They're enjoying the sport. They're enjoying the camaraderie, and we're taking it to a different level. And yes, they're going to be playing for the Lions and hopefully the Springboks one day.
Mr. President, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Hope to speak to you once again in the not too distant future. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, that was Mr. President Jardines just speaking to us about the initiative, the Try initiative that has been happening for 10 weeks. Talk to us about the success stories. These kids coming from far and wide in different townships, but they're enthusiastic about the game of rugby and furthering themselves and hoping to get better opportunities in the sport. For Newzroom Afrika, channel 405, I am Yolulwe Qoshe in Johannesburg.